How's it going? Noel's here. I need a haircut. So I'm waiting to go to the barber to get this done because otherwise it looks horrible. And I also got to shave, but that's a whole nother video. So in this video, I want to give my opinion on what I think the future is moving forward with a disability, okay? Now, last night I couldn't sleep. Like definitely all these thoughts spinning in my head, just thinking about everything and anything except for sleep. So I'm telling myself just to shut up and sleep, and I couldn't do it. Especially after waking up at 4 o'clock. That guy you hear walking, that's my dog called Bingo. He likes to walk around, especially when I'm trying to record a video. That's his thing. He thinks he's cool. So where was I? So I couldn't sleep last night. So one new strategy that I'm gonna try is just speaking my ideas out, or my opinions out. So like that I could think less and not think about anything else except for sleeping. And also with my personal disability, like I'm speaking less and less. I'm definitely noticing how just talking is becoming more difficult. So let's get right into it. My disability is MS. And MS just disables you slowly but surely. What does that mean? It disables you? It takes away your ability to move, your ability to walk, ability to talk, to think. Little by little, it gets worse and worse. Now, I've seen people on YouTube that can still walk and live a normal life, even though they're disabled. Bless their hearts. That's cool. And I wish I could get to that point, but what I was thinking, I'm gonna talk about a little bit of history. Like, I'm old now, I'm 43. And I started noticing my disability when I was like 21. So I was still in college when I started having difficulty sleeping. I got my first, what's it called? Well, having trouble sleeping was one of my disabilities. Going to the restroom a lot, to use the bathroom, to do number one, to pee, basically. I noticed doing that a lot. So in those days, when you're young and you complain, it could be seen, a lot of my friends would say that you're just looking for attention. You want people to pay attention to you, so you're crying out for attention. You're not really sick, you're fine. Hey, Bingo. So that's one of the things when you're young and you're going through anything. Nobody really listens to you. I remember just going to the bathroom to do number two only like twice a week. And, some people would say that's normal, but I used to hate it. It was the worst. And then another illness that I got was benign positional vertigo. That was the big one, where I couldn't lay on my back. Those of you suffering from benign positional vertigo know how difficult it is. Everything just starts spinning. If you stay on your back, you're gonna end up throwing up. So, horrible, horrible condition. And no solutions, But I just learned to deal with those conditions. Retaining thoughts, that was difficult. And it's actually difficult when you're expected to remember things, like when you're in school. I was in college at the time, so I had to do extra reading. I had to spend extra time doing activities to make up for the fact that I couldn't remember things. And that's been my number one go-to, doing extra to make up for whatever I was missing. And Bingo wants to bite. My man, talking while you're over here. So where was I? Thinking about the future, with MS. And one condition, get out of here, that reminds me of MS is ALS, because that was on the news, it was on television. And one of the main differences between ALS and MS, in my opinion, is that in ALS, you lose functions of your arms, of your body, of your lungs, little by little until you pass away, because you don't have any more functions of your blood, of your lungs, and vital organs in your body. So that's really a nightmare. I used to live next to a guy that his son had it, and devastating. His son ended up passing away that year when he told me that his son has ALS, and I have MS. With MS, mortality rate is not that high, but I could end up being bedridden, and that's scary. Just not being able to move. And one thing that every time anybody asks me, not that many people ask, my mother does, shout out to Mom, how you doing? Is I'm still walking, is usually my response, because I am, okay? So I remember after college, always thinking about the future, saving money for the future, and thinking that you're gonna get to old age. And in my 20s, I went to the doctor so many times just to find out what was wrong with me, because I knew something was wrong with me, I just didn't know what. I don't know if it's true for a lot of disabled people, but that was my experience. Going to the doctor to find out what was wrong with me. Been barking. And then when I turned 34, or not that exact day, but after 34 years old, I found out finally what was wrong with me. It was MS. Like, oh, that's my problem. And then I started doing research on what it is. I think that's what everybody does. First you find out, and then you do your research. So everything changed, you know? At the time I was married, so the first thing I did was get divorced. I was unhappily married. I'm like, no, I'm about to die, and I'm not gonna die with this young lady. This is insane. Bingo! What time is it? My son gets here like in 15 minutes. Yeah, I ended up having a boy with my first marriage, and my son, he lives with me. God bless his heart, he's 13. I'm making this video, we're in December 2022. So, maybe sometime in the future. Bingo! Great. Back to the video. Where was I? Yeah, so 34, 35, I found out that I got MS. And it was a tough year, because that same year I got fired from my job for not being able to perform my job. And then I figured out, oh, it's because I got MS, I can't remember anything. And physically I could barely move. So I decided just to start living life. I could still walk, so I could still work. I could get to work. Until once I got fired from my job, I went to another job, to my final job, which I worked for 4 years, till I couldn't walk anymore. Like, not bedridden, but I just couldn't walk. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna die. And didn't get a chance to do a lot of things. So what to do? What's my future looks like? I need to start living. Because you're saving money for what, you know? You're hoping to get to your 80s, 70s, you're lucky. But I'm 43 now. Look at me putting 4 fingers up. 43 now. You stop counting after 40. I'm an old man. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get everything that I ever wanted to get, right? from my job, I had like 140,000 savings, which is not a lot for a lot of New Yorkers. I'm from New York, but it's a lot for me. So, what to do with all that money? Like, and that's on my 401k. Save it for old age? No. Um, Let me break down what I did with that money. So, I took 80,000 from that and I bought a house. Nice house with a backyard. Um, then the other 20,000 I use it to like buy furniture because you need couches and televisions. And then I always wanted a pool, so I bought one of those pools on Amazon. Pretty cool, pretty big pool. Put it in my backyard. Because the house, one thing that I learned is that pools are like money pits. You spend so much money on pools, but I'm kind of happy now that I didn't get a house with a pool because that's a lot of work. Pools are a lot of work. It's one of the things you find out afterwards. Nobody tells you. Cars, I love cars, so I bought a Tesla. That was I put in like 25 grand on that. So I had 140. 80 went to the house, 20 went to furniture, 25 went to the Tesla. I left 10 grand for savings for like emergencies. So that's what, 35? And then the other 5, I invested in stocks. And there goes my retirement money. Because I am living retirement right now. Because I'm unable to work, what does that mean? I get like a monthly pension, enough that I could pay the mortgage and able to buy food and take care of my family. Right now I'm living with my wife and my son and just the 3 of us. Oh, and we got 2 dogs. I love dogs, always wanted a dog. And my wife got one, I didn't really like it, so I bought another one. So now we have 2 dogs. I always wanted a projector. See, I got this projector television. So, hey, at least I got a projector before I died. And the living room is big enough that it fits. So this is a huge living room, biggest living room I can find. Shout out to my wife. She actually was the one who found this house, and I went along with it. We have a big living room. There's an actual basement. That is so cool. I have a basement where I have my other television, and I want to make it like a man cave. Slowly but surely. Only been here, 8 months? Slowly but surely, we're going to get somewhere. Next, I bought a surround sound, which I thought was cool, Sonos. And we have an upstairs. That's where the sleeping rooms are. There's 3 rooms upstairs, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you noticed, and this is the longest video I've ever made, so I'm losing strength. Talking less and less. What else did I blow my money? I bought so much stuff that I am in debt, like the biggest debt that I've ever been. I'm like $60,000 in debt from buying stuff. So many things that I got to figure out how I'm going to get out of debt. But I figure slowly but surely, just paying off the credit cards, little by little, until we get to 0. All right, this is the longest video I've ever made. Almost 15 minutes. I don't think anybody's gonna watch this video for this long. So I just wanted to record it to see. I gotta set up my PlayStation with the projector. Playing video game on this should be cool. It looks nice. So let's see where that goes. All right. I gave my opinion about how I'm dealing with the future and being disabled. right? I have a condition that nobody knows where it's going. I'm currently under treatment. So my treatment is Ocrevus, and it's every 6 months. I'm gonna go for my infusion next week, Thursday. And typically, like right now, I feel awful. Everything hurts. And right after my infusion, like a month after the infusion, I start to feel better. Because what the Ocrevus does, it kills like your B cells. See, I forgot the name of what it does. That kind of treatment. It kills your B cells, which B cells are the one attacking your body, destroying everything on the inside. Well, not everything, but you know, it's technical. It's destroying things on the inside of your body. So getting rid of that helps. And what the doctor said, that this just prolongs your disability. Like, if I wasn't on that treatment, I think I'd probably be bedridden. So me talking on the camera, this is temporary. Temporary. Eventually I'll probably be bedridden, and hopefully I can still talk. Yeah. And like I could easily just fall and bang my head, or take a cup of water and have trouble swallowing the cup of water. That happened to me like twice, where I almost choked. Like, I had to like hit myself and like still alive. So I get to celebrate. That makes me smile. Now, in terms of the future with disability, is that there is no more saving money. I'm just living life. Like I said, I got the pool, got the projector, got the man cave downstairs, $60,000 in debt. I'm okay with it, just paying it little by little, and living life. Not getting to the millions, or not aiming, for the millions, because I went to college, and a lot of my college friends, they're millionaires. Like, my man, I'm smiling because that's usually what I say to my friends when I see them. You know, they made it in terms of like playing a video game. They're like millionaires and stuff. So I want to share like a text between me and one of my friends that was so funny. Me borrowing money. Like, it's funny because when I borrow money, nobody says no to me because they know who I am, and like, I don't play with money. If I ever borrow money from anybody, you're getting paid. Like, that's just my rule. Not everybody's like that. You know, people are hustlers, but I don't believe in none of that. I believe in playing fair. Okay, the bus is coming. My son is here. So, this is my first video, just giving my opinion on the future with a disability. Hopefully I got more energy to continue talking. And talking is important to me only because I rarely do it. I don't talk much. So now I want to talk, right? That's crazy. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.